G'day everyone, Jackson here. Welcome back to the daily endeavours for the 16th of January. As always, timestamps will be in the description if you want to fast forward to a specific one. But we've got a great set today, 10 seals. All these options are totally viable. Maybe one that's a little bit slower than the rest, but you know, there's not a bad option here, I think. So, picking locks, deconstructing at a jewelry table, digging up chests from treasure maps, delve bosses in Glenumbra, and healing in PvP zones. So normally I would just go based on how, start with the easiest one and work my way down. But I think because all these options are just totally viable today, I'm just going to go from the top and work my way down. So I'll start with 3 locks. There's 2 main ways I would suggest doing this. There's a super reliable way. If you come to Skywatch, I'm sure there's other places, but this is what I think is the most reliable one. It's just, it's in the center of Oridon. You just need to use the Vocal Guardway Shrine that you start with and just go a bit north. This place is good. There's a couple of things that I usually use this for. There's also some guild traders here too. It's worthwhile having this place. The main reason here though is there's 3 locked doors. You've got 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here. So all you do is just come up to these and you pick the locks. Now don't force the locks, because if you do, it doesn't count. Because you actually pick the locks yourself. Also, if other people do the unlocking themselves, it doesn't matter. The doors are instant, so someone else can't open it for you, which is good. The only thing that will get in the way is these guards here. So you just have to make sure they are away from the door. Now, normally, if they're in this spot, you're totally fine to do the next one, because even if they move from this point, they don't actually discover you. So usually you're okay to just start the unlock straight away. If the little hidden icon below the lockpicking UI kind of opens up a little bit, just maybe back out of doing the lockpicking, because that usually means the guard's on their way. Also, might help to have a character with medium armor with the improved sneak passive, because this they have to get closer to you before they can actually detect you with a lot of medium armor on, so that could be beneficial. But it's not required. You can do this with full light armor or heavy armor and be fine. You just got to be careful of the guards running up to you. Alright, so your other option for picking locks is to use a public dungeon that is full of chests. Obviously, you can just use Overland for doing your lockpicking. You can also use safe boxes too in towns, but safe boxes aren't always in your locations. Neither are chests in public dungeons. But the public dungeons in chests... the chests in public dungeons are sort of disconnected from the ones in the Overland. There's always a certain amount of chests that will spawn in the actual public dungeon, which is completely different from the ones outside. There's basically always chests in here. So I'm just going to go through and see if I can find one. And once again, you do have to pick the locks of the chests. You can't force them open. So I'll put an IMGA post of all these chest locations that I've got out, so you can use them yourself. This is Forgotten Crypts. It's in Deshan. Oh yeah, here we go. So there's one. Let's open it up. Unlock's done. So I'll put an IMGA post of all these chest locations. So if you want to do this yourself in Forgotten Crypts, you can do that. So Forgotten Crypts is probably one of the easiest public dungeons to get to that has really good chest spawns, and it's got Mother Sorrow. It's a set that everyone likes to use. So well, it's a good starter damage dealer set. So yeah, I'll put this in. If you want to get here, you unlock this way shrine as soon as you enter this zone. So whenever you get to Deshan, just travel here, and then just travel a bit southeast, and you can get here. There's other ones. If you want to use another public dungeon, for example, Ratzak's Wheel down here, I'll put an IMGA post of that one. Obsidian Scar in Rivenspire, I also use that one a lot, so I'll post one for that. And then Western Skyrim is also a really good option with Labyrinthian. I'll also post one for that too. Any of these things work, and the reason that you'd pick this over the doors in Skywatch is it's not illegal to do this. If you get spotted by a guard doing the doors in Skywatch, you get a bounty. It's quite difficult to get spotted as long as you know what you're doing. But yeah, I know some people don't like the nefarious approach. So yeah, that's your other option there. That's the only other one I would suggest. But there's so many chest spawns in here. It's crazy. Alright, moving on. Okay, so next up, we've got deconstructing jewelry items. So you've got a couple of options for this. The main one you're going to want to, well, the main one I like to use is either when you do jewelry crafting rifts, you can hoard a platinum, like intricate jewelry and deconstruct it whenever these endeavors come up. That's one way, preferably on a character that doesn't have max level jewelry crafting, so you can level them up too if you want to do rifts on them at some point. Another good option is to, well, the slower but sure option is to do domins. Each domin that you do, the chest at the end will give you a ring or a necklace. So 8 domins, you know, that is a fair bit of time, but it's a surefire way of getting 8 pieces of jewelry that you can always deconstruct. And you might get an extra piece of jewelry while you're doing the actual, while you're doing the domin from dead bodies and stuff. So yeah, that's the surefire way. Or if you want to use a bit of resources, you can just craft 8 pewter rings and just deconstruct them that way. So, for example, just because I want to do the other, show that the other endeavors work, so I'll just craft 6 and then just deconstruct those, and that works too. That's usually what I do, because, you know, 8 rings, it's 16 pewter, and pewter's super easy to get your hands on, so that's usually the quickest way I find to do it. But yeah, just got to make sure you have a bit of pewter. You can get lots of this stuff from guild stores. Refined pewter, it's just all over the place. If you're not able to find any, just check, there's a website you can use, it's called Imperial Trade Center. For example, you can, this one here, if, you know, whatever you're looking for, you can just look it up here. And yeah, just pewter ounce will be there. Oh, phone memes. Alright, next up is digging up a chest from treasure maps. So first thing you're going to need is a treasure map. You can find these in the miscellaneous trophy section. Just go superior quality and look through all the options you've got. Now, some of these can be a little bit expensive. Usually I aim for anything below 500 gold for my treasure maps, but you know, if you can't find much, then you might have to bite the bullet maybe. But you can also use Imperial Trade Center for this if you're looking for maps. Now, what I prefer using are the sort of training zone maps. So, Stroh's is one, Betneek is another. I've got one. Here's one I prepared earlier. I've got a Bleak Rock one. So, any of these training zones here, you've got the well, it's probably best to call them trainee zones because the set you get there. So, Kanathi's Roost is one. You've got Balfoyan. Also, can I say I looked at the patch notes for the PTS. The map thing they're adding looks fucking good. Like it's going to be, they're removing a lot of the wayshines for the for like accessing zones. Like there's only going to be one at a time. So trying to enter High Isle, for example, with all this shit in the way, it's not going to be the case anymore. By the look of it, that should be way better. Fucking hell, God, it shits me off all these wayshines in the way. Anyway, so Balfoyan, you've got Bleak Rock, you've got Stroh's, and then you've got Betneek as well. So these 5 here, because the zones are tiny, it's easy to get to them. I usually use these ones because they make great treasure map spots. Next, if you're on PCNA, I highly suggest getting the Lost Treasure add-on. This one here. It'll give you a map pin when you look on the map to find the treasure map. Like you don't actually have to, like, you can look it up online and usually people do it and you can, you know, try it out yourself, but if for people who just want to skip that and have easy access to it, you can use that. So if I go Bleak Rock, map pins will show me where it is, and it's right here. But the best thing about this is all you have to do is actually dig it up. You don't even have to loot it. So even if you were, say, to have full inventory, you know, you don't need to actually use it. And this can't actually be accessed by anyone else anyway, so that's the good thing about treasure maps. They're instant. So if you want to loot treasure chests for an endeavor, they're a really good option for that. Because everybody else is looking for chests on those days. And being able to use one that nobody else can access is always good. Okay, Delbothers in Glenumbra. So, Glenumbra, this is good because it's a zone that you start up with a waystone with, so no matter who or where you are, you can just get AC access, because there's a delve right here and a delve right here, so you even got choices for this. There's 6 delves in the zone. Hold on, just let me find them. This one and Doom as well. Got Evan Crypt, Crypt Watch Fort, and where's the last one? Here, here it is. Sorry, Mines of Kuros. So I have checked. Not that it matters. For every single delve has 1 boss, so it doesn't let you kill 2 bosses at once. And even in cases where that is possible, the multi-boss delves don't count for double. So you do have to kill the boss in one of these delves twice. And that's a problem because they do tend to take a while to respawn. There are some cheesy things that happen where, like, if a player that hasn't killed the delve boss before goes in, it may respawn a bit quicker, but I have not found any reliable way to repeat that, or like replicate that process. So this one is going to take the longest because you have to possibly wait for the boss to respawn first time, and then you also have to wait for it to respawn the second time. You can try your luck at doing a delve and then rushing to another delve. Maybe that one will respawn, but very unreliable. Not sure how it's going to work for you. But yeah, so you've got Illusion Tower here, and then you've also got Thilum here. These both have a easy to reach delve boss, and they're also really easy to reach from the Weishan that you start with in Daggerfall. Alright, so if you've got a character with either Cloak or Stage 4 Vampirism, you can use invisibility to speed up the process of getting through, so that the only thing you have to fight is the actual boss. The good thing about Illusion Tower is the boss is literally like right around the corner from where you start. And the only problem is you get here and the boss won't be alive, so you just have to wait. Now there is one thing I suggest getting if you want to do, like, get into the sort of delve boss stuff, and that is map pins. So this is very similar to Lost Treasure, except it gives you chest locations, it gives you dark fishes, which you can use to get Fighters Guild XP. It gives you boss locations as well, which is especially handy in public dungeons when you want to do the group events, because map pins will tell you where to get the group event and get the skill point from each place. And map pins also, I believe, does sky shards too, don't they? Or have I got different add-on? No, they do sky shards too. So yeah, pretty much everything you need in terms of, like, locating stuff. The only thing is it does clutter the fuck out of the map a little bit, so yeah. But you can just, like, turn stuff off and on. Like, you can turn that off and on. Or can you? Why are these still showing up? That's a bit strange. I have like 15,000 add-ons, so I'm sure it's just some weird mismatch. Oh, yep, here we go. Guillotine. So just try to light attack so you can give other people the chance to attack them. Some people just go nuts and fucking obliterate them in 2 seconds, but it's good to not kill them as slowly as possible so other people get the chance to get a spot in. So that's 1. So now you just have to wait 5 minutes for this to respawn. So yeah, it's slow, but it's sure. So yeah, easy to do. It doesn't require anything, just requires you to get past the few enemies to get to Guillotine here, but yeah, definitely slow. Alright, let's look at the last option. So you're going to need a few things. You're going to need... The problem with this one is if you heal while in Cyrodiil, nothing will happen. What you need to do is heal lost health. That's the only way to get this one done. And there's some easy ways to do this without even doing PvP, which I'll show you. Alright, so you're going to need something that heals you. Vigor's a really great option. You can Vigor, and then you can also put something else like, you know, Rush Ceremony or like some sort of burst heal on. But yeah, usually Vigor's more than enough. It just takes a bit longer. And then you also need something that takes away health. Blood Altar is usually the best bet, because this is a class, or it's one you can use on any class. So yeah, 4,000 health there, so you just spam that over and over. There's also some other options. If you're a Nightblade, instead of Blood Altar, you can use Siphoning Strikes, which does the same thing as Blood Altar, except you also get resources back. So while you're spamming resources to heal yourself, you can use Siphoning Strikes to actually get resources back. So Nightblade's definitely the quickest to do this. But you know, it's a bit longer. It's not crazy bad. There is also something else to consider: Blood Frenzy for vampires. This gives you weapon and spell damage, which increases your healing done. So you can get it faster, and it also drains your health quite quickly at the higher stack. Using Simmering Frenzy is probably better because it keeps the health loss per stack the same, but gives you more weapon and spell damage, so more healing. So these two options are what you can use. So you can also use something like other classes will have their own heals that you can use as well on the side. Some things that don't require a target, which is best. So in this case, I'll just use I'll just use Vigor, and then I'll just use the 2 health removers. Right, so preferably go one of the champion point ones, because there are a couple of champion points that affect your healing gun in the blue tree. Oh, I guess so. Sorry, let me try that again. So there's a couple. Here, you've got Blessed. This one increases your healing done. And in Quick Recovery, in the... what's this one called? Sorry. Staving Death. You've got Quick Recovery, which increases your healing received. So both healing done and healing received affect yourself. So these double dip. So it's just way do you get a lot more healing done much quicker. You can also get this to increase your weapon and spell damage further, but just getting into ridiculous stages. Alright, so chuck on Vampirism, and then spam Blood Altar. It might be a bit weird when you use it. If you try and super spam it, it will your character just won't do anything. Sometimes it's a bit weird. Yeah, just keep casting it, and eventually you'll get the endeavor done. No PvP required for this one. And we're done. Let's turn off Vampirism. So yeah, great set. As always, if you've got any questions about any of the stuff I talked about here, just let me know. I'm all ears. I'll help you if I can. But for now, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time, and take care.